Welcome back to our It's a Pastel Christmas. Just let me trim that little piece of hot glue. Okay, this is how as far as we've got. Over my last video, I believe I did the holes. On here, and then folding it over, I drew in the holes so that they matched, punched them out, and then put the brads in. And on the other side as well, I did exactly the same. Put holes in that, and then matching holes in the box. And now, and the brads are underneath here. I opened the prongs, pressed them down, and put some masking tape over. Now what I'm going to do is put our paper in there, our decorative paper, to cover it. And I'm going to take off a little bit here. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just going to leave it. So, I'm going to go with the glue. So I cut that to 3.5 by 8. You would do your own measuring. I prefer that you do your own measuring rather than rely on me. Oh dear, we are having a little bit of a problem. Use wet ones to clean your little bottle. And I'm just going to fill this one up. I like to squeeze the bottle, as you've probably seen me do. And then slowly let it out. We can put a little bit more in there. Whoa, not so much. Whoa. And then I'll clean this neck as well. Should have done that before starting my video, shouldn't I? Never mind. Okay, I've got a bit to cover today. Come on, be nice. There we go. See how easy that was? It's not insanity to talk to inanimate objects. Not insanity at all. You know you don't get any talk back. Sorry. Okay. Let's fit that in where we want it. And get our bone folder. Good burnish. Okay. Now there's something about this top I'm going to tell you shortly. I'll tell you when I get to it. If you remember in the end of the previous video, I fitted the top together and they met in the middle. Well, they don't. Once I put the sides on, they didn't meet in the middle. And we're going to fix that. Okay. Unfortunate that my gap between this piece and this piece should have been another 1/16 of an inch. So I'm not quite sure what I had there, whether I had a quarter or what I had. I think I had an 1/8 of an inch, so it should have been more. Whatever measurement I had, I needed another 1/16 of an inch on each side to make them meet in the middle. I would have preferred that, but it wasn't until I'd already done everything that I realised. But I do have a quick fix for it, so don't worry about that. Hopefully, if you can get yours flush, like I did my first one, then you're cool, hunky dory. So, we'll leave that for now. What we are going to do now is we're going to make, whoa, we're going to make the divider. We're going to divide this box into two. Now there is our album. So I am going to put my, I also printed out from this range my greeting cards. They will be going in there. Plus we'll make some envelopes. So I think I'm going to go from, I'm just going to put a mark there. So that is giving me about 1/2 inch from there to the beginning of my divider. Okay, let's just take the album out for a sec, pop that away. And I've done the, I've cut out the divider. So what you need is a piece of cardstock. I've chosen a, what is it, 250 cardstock, and I've cut a piece at 9 and 5/16. So what you would do, instead of taking my measurement, you would measure and not in the center. You're going to measure from the side, because the center sometimes would bow. So you measure it from the side, from that side to this side, and then that will give you 8 and 2, 3, 8 and 8 1/4, and just a hair less. 8 1/4. Start off with that. I've got 8 and an 1/8 there. 8 and an 1/8. So 8 1/4. We're just talking about 8 and an 1/8. 8 1/4 by 'Where on earth did I get these measurements? 3 and 1/8. So anywho, you want that 8 1/4 plus you want a 1/2 inch this side and 1/2 inch that side. So you want another inch. So you want a 9 1/4 length or width. Turn it that way, and you want, this is 3 and 1/8. That's a 1/2 inch, 3 and 1/8. So you want 7 and 3/4. 7 and 3/4. How come I haven't got that? So 9 1/4 by 7 and 3/4. Okay, so we're going to do some scoring now. Doesn't matter which place you start at. If you start with the long side up, you're going to score 1/2 inch, and then you're going to score, or just whip it round, and then score 1/2 inch again. Now, with the short end at the top, again you're going to score 1/2 inch, and then you're going to score again at, I think, 3 and 5/8. That's my 1/2 inch score. The next one is 3 and 5/8. From that score line, go 3 and 1/8 to that score line, and then the next score line is a 1/2 inch over, and your next score line is 3 and 1/8 from there, and then you've only got 1/2 inch there. Okay, so that's what you've got. I hope I've explained that. Now you're going to snip off all 4 corners, and you're going to snip up this little flap here, and then just miter the corner just a tad on both sides. Okay, that's what we've got there. Now I've cut my papers to go inside there, and this narrow piece is going up the top. Sorry, just have to sort out that glare, it's driving me crazy. That's too much. How about that one? Okay, what did I say? That's the top. Now you're folding over the bottom. It's going to fold like that, and in at the sides. Okay, so let's put these pieces of decor paper on before we go any further. Okay, that's all right. Okay, during the making of these videos, since my last video, I've been on a cruise with my husband. Okay, now we are going to go upside down and put the next one on. Went on a 7-day cruise and it was really nice. I liked it. It was my first cruise. Hubby not so much. I enjoyed it. But it is always good to get home when you go on a trip, isn't it? Always good to get back home. Okay. A real good rubbing. And this piece I measured at 2, 4, 6, 7 sixteenths. Whoopsie daisy. Probably putting a little bit too much glue here. Match the edge up and center it as best I can. There we go. Okay, I'm putting the flap on the outside. Let's just fold this up and we'll fold the base up first. Now it's going to be just a little bit difficult to burnish. Just do the best you can. Resist the impulse like I just did to push that in. You really want to leave it open for now. And then fold that over. And there is no way to burnish except just a little bit on the top. I suppose I could pop this ruler down. So what I'm saying is, if you're going to push this down and then go over, you may not, I mean that may stay down, but if you've got some leeway there, if you've got it up, and you can push it down with that one, and hopefully it won't go too far down. So let's just bring that over and glue. And then our little top flap down. And down. So let's grab our box. Make sure we're going to fit first before we put it in. It's going to be a beautiful fix, I hope. Beautiful fit, sorry. Just be sure it hasn't pushed the box out of shape. You can of course just leave it like that, but I am going to use glue across the bottom. Going just a little bit on the top, just halfway sort of thing, and I'll come back to the rest in a minute. So just pull that a little bit so that fits there. Make sure we are straight. We look pretty straight, but looks can be deceiving. So we are a little over 5 inches, a little over 5, a little over 5. This one could be just a little bit more. It's a bit late now. That looks good. So I'm just going to pull this away a bit and pop some glue there. Pull this one away and pop some glue down there. Okay, from here that does not look straight to me. From there it does. Does that look straight to you? I hope so. Okay, so that's that bit. Looking at it from a distance, yes, it looks pretty straight. So, what I want to do now is just put some weight on it. Okay, that's that. Now, for around the sides, this is what I'm going to do. This is around the side, the long side of the box. That's what we're going to do. So, I will show you how I did that. We've got some oh, you're not supposed to be there. We've got some teardrop crystal. And we've got some, I'll tell you the size of these things. The teardrop crystal is, I think it's a half, well, it's a ½ inch. Let's go centimetres for these because 12 millimetres. It's 12 millimetres long. and get rid of all this glue that I've got on my fingers. Okay, and this bead is I think it's an 8mm. Yeah, 8mm, which is, I think beads are mostly in millimeters, so we'll go with that, 8mm. Then we have an acrylic angel wing. But you don't have to, if you haven't got any of these, you can decorate it whichever way you like. You don't even have to put lace on the side. And here we've got a 3mm little pearl bead. And then we've got a 2mm gold bead. Yep, 2mm. Oi. Okay, that's all I've got for it, yep. So, I'm using this, I've used this nylon thread, but I'm not, I mean it's good thread, it's just awkward. Just awkward. Nemo thread, or Nemo, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. It's a beading thread anyway. Let me just close off my glue. Ow! Okay, and oops, here's my needle. So let's thread the needle first. And I'm going to knot the bottom. I'm only using single thread, we're not going doubled. If you use ordinary sewing thread, then yes, I would go double. Okay, what I did with this, I measured, let me show you where I measured. Here is where it's going to go. It's going to go there. Like that. That's the bottom. These are going to hang down there. So I measured that, and then I added about an inch onto that measurement, and then I folded over. Let's put this back. I folded over on the other side and glued it, making sure I was still fitting the box, and then folded over the other side. I actually threaded this pink ribbon through the blue. What are you? Okay, so I'm just going to flip this over and start from the back. Let's just put our thread and needle in there. And we need to make sure this is fastened really, really securely. Last thing you want is for your whole strand of beads to come off. Okay, and then I'm going to thread this through to come out at the peak of that one. And then I'm just going to take a couple of stitches here just to secure that. Okay, now back to the right side. I'm going to put on her halo, which is a little gold bead. and then her head, which is this pearlized bead, and then her wings, and then her little body, just the pear-shaped ones, and then her little feet. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to go right back up. I'm not going to go into that white one again. I'm going to go round it and go through every bead to the top. Oops. Can be awkward. If you're not used to beading, it can be awkward. And then through that halo again. Come on, through the halo. Okay. And this thread will get in the way at times, so gently pull. Pull until it's quite tight. And you're going through that lace piece again. And then back through to the back, and just make sure you don't catch anything of that one. Okay, so now I'm counting 1, 2, and I'm going for that one there. Let me just put this 1, 2. I'm going for that one. So there's 2 spaces between. Now I'm just going to thread my thread along, hiding it. Though you don't need to hide it too much because this is going to be hot glued to the side of the box, but just thread it through. Be careful that you're not going to see it on the other side. Oops. I also like to just clip this away, clip it out of my way. And bearing in mind that I'm working on the back side of it now. Okay, we'll go up into the back there, and then we're going to do a couple of little stitches on the point of that trim there. There we go. Next angel, a little halo. And the head. And a wing, and make sure you put the wings in the right orientation. So we can take that one off now. And her little body. Whoops. And her feet. Okay, go up again outside that little white pearl, through the body, through the wings, through the head, and through the halo. Pull it reasonably tight, but not so you're distorting the angel. Okay, now I'm going to put this one over here to get that out of my way. If she'll let me. It's okay. 1, 2, 3. That's where we need to go. And let's just cover that next one up. It's in the way at the moment. I knew that would happen as soon as I did that. We're still working from the back. Doesn't really matter if you work from the back or the front. It's best if you work from the back because when you thread these through, you need it to be in the back. So it's best to just stay that way. Okay. Halo. Head, and if you've got the hang of it by now, you can probably fast forward. Unless I do that for you. Still learning. A little body. Whoops, little feet. That wing. So, okay. 1, 2, 3. That's where we want to go, and we'll fasten off number 4. So I can probably get 4 on this strand of thread. Maybe even 5, depends on how we go. Okay, I screw to the head and fully loaded this lace trim. What have you done here? We've gone, gee whiz, we've gone right in through that thread. Fasten this off in a minute. That's our front. It is beautiful. I like it. So I've got my hot glue gun heating up, and there's two things I need to do with the hot glue gun. We'll put that on first. Needs a bit more heating. So that's definitely got to go on first. I bought these flowers, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use them for this project. They're pretty. Pretty. I think I didn't have any blue as well. Oh, we've got the blue there, so I could probably put some little blue things in there. I've just got an idea. Okay, I've been messing around. I printed out some poinsettias and I made this, 2 layers, and put some red glitter pieces inside. So I'm not sure if I use that or not, but I thought I would just give it a try. Try it on my time. Okay, now let's get to putting this on the side. Okay, just close you up for a minute. And let's just bring that up a bit. Okay. Make sure we have got the right side out. We do need it to stretch a little bit. Okay, that's not reaching, is it? It's not reaching. cardboard up. You need another one, don't you? Come on. That's the way. Oops. I am going to stretch it a bit. Looks, and I think it's pretty awesome. Make sure we got the right side up. Sorry, I've got you out of camera. If you didn't want to go to the trouble of making something like this, you can buy it. Stretch. Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit short on this end. Even with stretching. And yet it measured well. Go figure. Ouch. Pull to stretch. fix this. I had two ideas. I'm not quite sure which one to go with yet. So, I had an idea of some lace. Oops, let's bring you back down to there. So I was going to put some lace on here so that it just covered that gap and fitted nicely in there. Only on the one side, don't need it on both sides. And there. It would look quite nice. Or my other option is, this is yarn, comes in a great ball like this, and it's made up of all these little balls. And I thought of cutting these little balls and just gluing them on the edges, gluing them on the edge so that they meet. And I would go all the way around, like each side, all the way around. So, I wish the show was live so you could tell me. I would go all the way around, and I'm not that keen on that. Now that I see it, I'm not that keen. So, we're going to go with the lace. Now I can use hot glue or I can use wet glue. But this particular piece of lace has got that thick piece inside there, which is going to just sit over the gap. So I'm not going to glue that. What I am going to do is, get away from there. I'm going to start with this piece here. Just put a little bit of glue on there, and then make sure that I'm on the right spot. Okay, that's hot glue in there. And that's going to be fine. So let's put some dots of glue. So you open it and then close it. I am thinking of using the wet glue for the rest of it. Got a blockage. Again a blockage, come on. Unbelievable. Come on. Let's turn it round and do this side. Going to trim this a bit. Oops, fell in the box. No worries. I really like that. That is really nice. Okay. I'm going to grab our pearls that we use for the angels. Oh, that's good. That is good. Put some hot glue in there. And then our bead. This is a surefire way to make sure you get your bead so that the opening is not facing up. You don't want the hole in the top. Okay, that's them. I think we can put something in there too. We could put some blue ones in, or I wonder if these are too small. Yep, they'll fit. Let's check out the blue, what they look like. Blue looks nice. Choices, choices, choices. Whoa. I kind of like the blue, it just pops it out. I don't think I've got any pale pink. I'm going to check on pink. Oops. Oh look, I know I've got a whole swag of beads somewhere. Well then, a bit large, aren't they? What have I got in here? One. Very pale pink, that one. One. Is that even pink? I think this is too much. So if we go blue, pink, blue, and then we've got pink, blue, and pink. Oh, pretty. We'll put that there. Okay, where's our little hook? What do we do with it? There we are. Pink one. Oh no, you were wrong. Still, that's blue. Pink. And you need another blue. Blue. There we go. Pink, blue. Now what I still have to do with this box is put some felt on the bottom. Well, either felt or cardstock, whichever I've got handy of. I'm not 100% sure about the felt. Oi, just clean your nose up there. Does make it sparkle a bit. You can't see it much on the screen, but it does make it sparkle a wee bit. Good. Get off me. Okay, I'm real happy with that. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put anything around the outside here. I'm definitely not going to do this. Definitely not going to do that. I've got some small trim, which I think I might use. Where are we? Too much. What do with that trim? Oops. Not that long ago. Well, can't put my hands on it at the moment. So far I'm happy with that, with the cover and the sides with the little angels on them. So I'm really happy with that. And that can just open like that, and then it can close. Okie dokie. What next? Oh, just turn this heat gun off. Don't think I need it anymore at the moment. What we are going to do is make some envelopes for our greeting cards. So, okay. Get rid of some rubbish. Okay. Teardrop. Nothing of importance. Okay. I'm using 120 GSM copy paper, and first up I'm just going to get rid of all those hot glue. Where'd that come from? Okay. Now if you don't have an envelope maker, this is the way I work it out. These are all pretty much the same size, which work out to be 4 1/8 by 5 a little over 5 3/4. So what I do is put it on a piece of paper, copy paper 120 GSM. I think I said that already. Fold this piece over. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it up an 1/8 of an inch, and then I'm going to fold this over and make sure they match up at the sides. Okay, and then I'm going to just take off that amount. So that's what I start with. I'm going to remove this amount that I just folded. Okay, so that's how my envelope will fold. Now let's put the card in. And we're just going to fold up one side. Make sure it's straight, and that is not. Fold that up. And I'm going to make sure that I am 1/8 of an inch away from that. And then just fold this one up. Okay. So we are going to trim off that piece. That piece. Oops. Yeah. And there. And this is how I'll make a template. And that should be straight down, and it's not. Round off the top part. That's the bottom, that's the top. Just round off that one and that one. And then I'm just going to go for a little wedge there. And a little wedge there, and then I'm going to trim away, leaving just half an inch. We're just going to leave half an inch there, and we'll trim away. Fold that over, and glue that. Oops. This needs a little bit of trimming. So okay, that's my envelope, and that fits. So this is my template, it's what I will use. Make sure it's square at the bottom, square and straight, and we'll clip it. Pencil. Oops. And draw around it. Let's do two together, we can do that. I do have templates for making envelopes, and I do have an envelope making facility on one of my scoring boards, but I just wanted to show you an alternative method in case you don't have those kind of things. Make sure that we are going to be folding straight. trick for folding is to use a ruler. And then fold that over. It is by no means a perfect envelope. But that is a way to do it. You just have to make sure you cut straight. So okay, that's one way to do it, to make an envelope. So easy, and you just glue up there and the card will fit nicely inside. Okay, I want to use this. Let's see if I've got anything that will fit this. I can't remember. Are we centimetres or inches? It's 5 3/4 by 4 3/8. Card size 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. That's 4 1/4. I need a bit more than 5 1/2. Envelope 5 3/4. I still need a bit more. What's this one? Envelope 5 1/4. Nope, that's too small. 4 3/4 by 6 1/2. That is too big. Oh, don't tell me I don't have one for this size. Oh, that's a square. Man. That's huge. Okay, that's too big. That's too big. Doesn't look like I'm going to have anything remotely suitable. That is too big. That is too big. This one, let's have a look at this one. And that is too small. That is too small. So, we're going to do it the hard way. Oops. Anywho, I'm not going to worry too much about the envelopes at the moment. You find your own way to do envelopes. You can either do it this way, and do make sure you are consistent. This is a template, so let's just put template here. Okay, I'm just going to glue this up. Just a bit of glue along here and along here. Fold that up. And see if it fits. It fits perfectly. It fits absolutely perfectly. I'm not happy with the envelope because I've just got a little bit of, well, a little bit off there. That should have been fold it in a bit more, but that's the gist of it. That's the gist. So, what else can we do today? Nothing. Nothing. I'll put these in the box. Not sure about these poinsettias. I like the fact that they're blue. I like some pink ones as well. So if I can get some white poinsettias, I can dye them. So I'm just squeezing those little points there. Give them a bit more dimension. It looks okay, actually. It looks okay. Okay, that's it for today. I think, actually, I'm going to call this finished. I'm actually going to call this finished. So greeting cards. And there's our album, which fits in there. You don't want to see my big t-shirt. Up you get, there you go. Okay. There we go, finish. Not 100% sure on that. Let's have a look at our pink flowers. Merry Christmas, and I'm not sure, it'll come to me. You just get an epiphany, and there you go. I might just put some, what have we got here? We've got some stickles. I'm going to put some stickles on this ball here. And a little stickle in his eye. Give him a bit of sparkle there. And maybe some on here. And I'm thinking actually of putting some Christmas what do you call them, charms around the place as well. Okay, so there we go. I'm really happy with it. And I hope you are too. There we go. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed this journey. And give it a bash. And if you do, give it a bash to making this. If you've got any queries, please, please, please contact me and I'll get right back at you. Okay, thank you very much for being with me. And I'll see you next project. Keep well and be safe.